Khamzat Chimaev does not deserve a title shot after dominating Robert Whittaker. Under normal circumstances, yes, beating Robert Whittaker would get you a title shot. However, this is not normal circumstances. Khamzat Chimaev has issues pulling out of fights. It is what it is. He's been sick before. He's missed weight before. It is what it is. You know, it's unfortunate, but he has not proven that he can show up to fight night consistently, and he also has not proven that he could make weight consistently. Now, is this a very scary individual? Yes, it is. Is this a future champion? Most likely, yes, it is. However, you cannot take the risk on him if you're the UFC. You cannot give a guy who has not proven that he could A, show up to work, and B, show up to work on weight consistently, that's the key word, consistently, a title shot. You cannot put a belt around that man's waist, because if you do, you're risking him pulling out of a fight and ruining the event, and you're risking, missing weight, and now the title's not on the line, and that ruins the event. You're risking too much with Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev should be made to fight one more, just one more. I'm not asking for a lot. One more weigh-in successfully, right? A successful weigh-in, and one more, fight where, he actually shows up. He's got to show up, and he's got to make weight, and of course he's got to win. And that's it. And if he could do that, yes, he's off to the races. I say, hear me out. His next fight should be Israel Adesanya. That's what it should be. It should be Khamzat Chimaev versus Israel Adesanya. And if he beats Israel Adesanya, give him Dricus after Dricus fights Sean Strickland. I don't think that'll happen. I think they will give it to Khamzat. I don't think they should, though. I really don't. Khamzat doesn't fight enough for it. He's not, he's fighting once a year. It's just, I don't know, bro. And again, he's fighting once a year for a guy that's not proven. Like, yeah, this time it worked. But the last time it didn't. You get me? He has to be booked for a fight and make it to a fight and weigh in successfully for a fight one more time, I think, to prove that he can consistently do it and not be a risk. Because it was a risk this week. We didn't know what we were going to get. We had no idea. We ended up getting, what he's supposed to do, his job, right? Like, let's not even give overly credit. There's a Chris Rock bit, if you go back years ago and you type in Chris Rock, you're supposed to do that. And he talks about it, man. You don't get credit for doing what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're supposed to make weight. You're supposed to not pull out of fights. You don't get credit for doing your job. You do get credit for what you did against Robert Whittaker. I do give him that. I tip of the cap, salute, everything to him for that. What he did to Robert Whittaker was incredible. It was astounding. I didn't think it could happen. I thought Robert Whittaker was going to win. I don't mind being proven wrong in that sense. What he did in the cage is commendable, and it was something that was, wow. That's something that's going to be remembered forever, what he did to Robert Whittaker, okay? However, you got to make weight more often, and you got to prove that you can do it, and you got to prove that you could show up for the fights and not pull out of fights, and you just got to be a consistent, reliable guy. His track record is not reliable, so I think he got to fight one more time for it. He got to prove it one more time. That's my take. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Whether you agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. Just join the discussion, follow for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.